Welcome to Mod Potential, where we look at a blaster not for what it is, but for what it could be. And today we're looking at the Nerf Rapidstrike. Now this is a blaster that's been around for a while. I think it came out in 2013, so it's not something new and it's not something that is fresh on the market, but it's something that has so much potential in it that I wanted to go ahead and do a review, even though it is 3 years old and there's been a lot of people that have done a lot of different things and done a lot of modifications on that. Now, the Rapidstrike is a full auto Nerf blaster. It takes clips, magazines. It normally runs off of C batteries that are stocked up here. It's got a pusher mechanism with a 2-switch fire control, and I'm going to get back to that in a minute because this is one of the reasons that really makes the Rapidstrike special. So first off, looking at potential for batteries, and with this blaster, the C cells up front here in this portion of the blaster, there's a nice tray that slides out and there's a lot of space, so you can get a decent size, whatever kind of battery you want in here. There's a lot of room up front for battery. You can get something that's short and fat, you can get something that's longer, you can get something with a lot of amp hours in this thing up front. Now it does go up front and it puts a little extra weight up front, but this blaster balances out pretty well, so when the stock comes out, it's not terrible that you've got that much, you got your battery weight up front. So you have a lot of options for what you want to do from a battery standpoint. It's a flywheel blaster, and it has the same performance characteristics that all other flywheel blasters have. Your upgrade, your modification potential is very similar, but with the Rapidstrike, you've also got a nice wide housing that comes forward, and this makes this blaster ideal for a 2-stage 4 flywheel setup. And I've done several builds and I've done several videos talking about the hailstorm mods and the things that I've done with that. And this is a great base if you want to do a 4 flywheel. There's enough room if you squeeze it and you rebuild the front that you could actually do 6 in here. But it works really well doing a 4 flywheel build. So you've got the flywheel system, you can do afterburners. The other thing that's interesting, and there's a lot of aftermarket cages that are now starting to hit the market over the last 6-9 months, and they tend to be set up to fit the Rapidstrike where they come. You don't have to do any modifications. You get an Artifact red cage that I talked about a few weeks ago. That drops right into the Rapidstrike. The Rapidstrike and the Strife had the exact same mounting ports and basic size characteristics on their flywheel cages. So the aftermarket cages tend to go to that specification of those mounting ports. So you can drop in the Dr. Snickus cages, you can drop in Artifact cages. There's a lot of different options now that are coming onto the market that give you even more potential for performance upgrade. Now, the thing that makes the Rapidstrike special is the firing mechanism that it has. When you pull the trigger on this, on a normal Rapidstrike, it engages a pusher motor. It's housed in this area. You can kind of see this rise right here. This is the pusher mechanism is sitting in, and that motor then pushes a gear. It pushes an arm out. It engages the dart and throws it into the flywheel. But what makes this one special, and this one really nice, is it's got a second switch on there. So when you pull the trigger, you activate one switch, and that engages the motor. But there's also a second position switch that sits here. That switch engages when the pusher comes all the way back. And that allows you to then reverse reverse your motors, but you can break your motors. If the pusher stops halfway out, you can set that switch up so that it pulls it back. It's a active center type of thing. Or you can also set up braking with this, and it gives you a lot of different options. The way I like to do it is it's called live center, and if the pusher mechanism is out, then it will continue moving that motor, continue turning that motor so that it comes back in. And once it hits the back position, then the switch flips and then applies a ground to both sides, to the positive side of the motor. So you've got ground on both sides of your pusher motor, And that causes the motor to break and stop and hold that pusher there. So you get really good cycle control. You tap the trigger and you get a shot. And you hold the trigger down and you get 2, and then it comes back and it's ready, or 3 or 5, depending on how long you hold the trigger down. And with that, with the right motor on here, you have to have a motor with good torque to really get this to work. But with the right motor in here, you can get a very tight, very nice, precise pusher control. You can tap the trigger, get single shots. You can hold the trigger down for 3-round bursts. You can do a lot of really good cycle control, and that's why people really like the Rapidstrike, and they really like modding that, is because you can do those things. You can get 15, 18 darts per second out of this, or you can slow it down to something that it gets in the range of 6 to 8 darts per second, depending on the motor choice that you have and the battery choice that you've got in here. So anyways, this blaster, again, this is one of the staples. This is one of the best modding platforms for electric blaster that there is. I give this 5 out of 5 Cush darts. Again, you've got the potential for all different types of flywheel cages. You can fit any LiPo you want in here. It takes to an afterburner really, really well if you want to do a 2-stage. And with the cycle control, you can set up so you can have that nice, crisp, single shots, good control on that. It's just a mod guy's dream blaster to work on from an electric standpoint. So anyways, this has been Mod Potential for the Nerf Rapidstrike. Thanks for watching.